Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah.
Psalm 27. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? When the wicked, even mine enemies and my foes, came upon me to eat up my flesh, they stumbled and fell. Though an host should encamp against me, my heart shall not fear. Though war should rise against me, in this will I be confident. One thing have I desired of the Lord, that will I seek after, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to behold the beauty of the Lord, and to inquire in his temple. For in the time of trouble he shall hide me in his pavilion. In the secret of his tabernacle shall he hide me. He shall set me up upon a rock. And now shall mine head be lifted up above mine enemies round about me. Therefore will I offer in his tabernacle sacrifices of joy. I will sing, yea, I will sing praises unto the Lord. Hear, O Lord, when I cry with my voice. Have mercy also upon me, and answer me. When thou saidst, seek ye my face. My heart said unto thee, thy face, Lord, will I seek. Hide not thy face far from me. Put not thy servant away in anger. Thou hast been my help. Leave me not, neither forsake me, O God of my salvation. When my father and my mother forsake me, then the Lord will take me up. Teach me thy way, O Lord, and lead me in a plain path because of mine enemies. Deliver me not over unto the will of mine enemies, for false witnesses are risen up against me, and such as breathe out cruelty. I had fainted, unless I had believed to see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. Wait on the Lord, be of good courage, and he shall strengthen thine heart. Wait, I say, on the Lord.
Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Kakodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers. And peace and blessings, salutations. Hopefully, they got there pushing his word in truth and sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. Pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the whole select of believers, the listeners whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. All right, and what I want to get into this morning, closing out, the book of Hebrews, okay, in the 13th chapter, and the theme, this chapter going into brotherly love, all right, and the city to come, okay, because as Apostle Paul, he was breaking down, through the Spirit, he was breaking down, the difference between the old, the new covenant, all right, the Levitical priesthood, and the priesthood after the order of Melchizedek. He went into these heavy topics, and then, really from chapters 4, through 10, was some heavy chapters, breaking down, the sacrifice, how things was a shadow to come, everything was a build up to Yahushua and his ultimate sacrifice, okay, and that priesthood from the beginning under the order of Melchizedek, okay, and then when you get to the 11th chapter, he goes into faith, pretty much the hall of faith, the memorial of our forefathers, and even some of our foremothers, okay, who have a record, of having faith, believing that he is, okay. So you get here to the 13th chapter, he's closing it out, and he's writing to those of the circumcision, that came up under the customs and the law, okay. So he's, showing them the way of Yahushua, okay, because under the law, our people, under their wicked leadership, had became corrupt, the scribes and Pharisees, you know, they would have this over righteous, you know, bravado about themselves, you know, constantly condemning Jake. And there was no love in how they administered the law. You know, it was only keeping Jake condemned, you know, making Jake feel low, unworthy. Okay, while them niggas, okay, were in league with Rome. Okay, there was no true brotherly love. They didn't have a mindset, you know, towards their people. There was no true love towards their people. You know, they became, all right, like their father, the devil, man. Okay, so they ruled over Jake like Edom, man. You know, so let's go here. It's Hebrews 13:1. It said, "Let brotherly love continue." Okay, so this is how he starts off this chapter by saying, "Let brotherly love continue." You know, good morning. It feel good out here today, don't it? Yeah, I might go to sleep out here. Yeah. But yeah, going back into the book of Hebrews, when it says let brotherly love continue, you know, that's a heavy statement, you know, because you look at the culture of our people today, you know, it's a very toxic, okay, violent, you see, self-hatred, you know, conniving culture, grimy, you see, like people, you know, you listen to how we operate as a people today on the so-called, you know, black culture, you know, and people have the worst stories from their family, man, you know, and that's why when we come into this truth, you know, under Yahushua, that's the beautiful thing about Yahushua, you know, there's a sincere love, you know, that the body has for one another, the church has for one another, you know, from brother to brother, you know, brothers, you know, and sisters, man, you know, there's a sincere love, all right, under the banner of Yahushua, something you can trust, you know, that's why there's brothers that you can trust more than anyone in your family, okay, your best friends coming up, okay, because it's deeper, you know, than the flesh, man, you see, so let's go here. It says, let brotherly love continue, and what did Yahushua say? Because Yahushua was their greatest example, okay, of true love, man, okay, because, let's go here, this is St. John 15, all right, and 12, it says, this is my commandment, that you love one another as I have loved you, okay, and you see, when we read the Gospels, we see how Yahushua, okay, he showed his love by serving, you know, because he was daily in the temple, okay, teaching, you know, he was constantly doing miracles, okay, assisting Jake, you see, he was always available, you know, for the disciples, you see, he dedicated his life to service, man, okay, that's love, you see, like in this society, you know, everything is so superficial, you know, and vain, okay, they put a lot of emphasis, you know, on, you know, these wedding ceremonies, okay, that's the way you're supposed to show your love, by how extravagant a wedding is, or, you know, Valentine's Day, you know, you're supposed to go all out, you know, show everybody what you bought your wife on Valentine's Day. But those things are superficial, man. True love, all right, offers a service. You see, when you go into love, okay, it offers a true service, man. All right, beginning with the Heavenly Father, Him being our power and we being His people. Guess what? The Most High offered us a service. He protected us. You see, He delivered us. He destroyed nations because of our sake. You see, that was true love. You see, but going back on even on the smaller scale, when you go to, like, you know, how certain men, you know, they get up every morning, you know, they go put up with the world, all right, so their wife, you know, can have a peace of mind, some type of comfort, Well, that's a continual service. You know, love is a perpetual service. Okay, it's not a moment in the year. Okay, or you know, a vacation. No, man, love is a day-to-day service, man. Okay, that woman, that wife, that get up, you know, with her husband every morning just to see him off every day. You know, that's a service, man. Making sure that the children on point, you know, for his sake every day. That's a service. That's love. Love begins with a service, man. Okay, and Yahweh Shai, all right, when he came as a servant. You know, him washing feet, you know, showing that he came, you know, as a humble servant. Even though he was the chief, you know, among his brethren, you know, he operated as a servant. You see, and the ultimate service is that what? He laid down his life, okay, for the sake of the nation, man, beginning with the elect. So you go here to verse 13, it says, greater love have no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends, okay? So Yahweh Shai, you know, he laid down his life for his friends. There's no greater sign of love, okay? That he died so we can live, okay? And he lives so we can reign, all right? So we can rule, all right? But Yahweh Shai had to literally die so we can live, so we can have a chance, you know? And that's the level of love, you know, that he had, you know, for his people, beginning with the elect. You know, beginning with those first fruits. Okay, so let's go there. Let's see. I think that's in John, maybe. Let's see. Yeah, it's John 13. And 34, all right. St. John 13:34 says, a new commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another, as I have loved you, that ye also love one another. Okay, and this is a commandment. Everybody talk about the commandments. Well, Yahweh Shai commanded true love. Okay, and if I'm the head of a congregation and I'm not teaching my congregation Yahweh Shai, I'm not teaching them to call on the names, that's not love. There's hatred. Okay, you're setting Jacob for failure. You're not telling them what the MOTB is. That's hatred. You see, everybody accuses GMS of hating because we rebuke. Well, rebuke is love. Okay, rebuke is love, because that gives someone a chance to make corrections, to make adjustments. Okay, for their benefit, man. Okay, correction is an opportunity. That's grace. That's mercy, man. All right, and that's a true friend, someone that's gonna call you out on the bullshit, man. Okay, the worst thing you can have is a yes man, all right, around you, man. Okay, because they're pretty much pacifying you and setting you up for failure. Okay, so true love comes in rebuke, it comes in charity, it comes in correction, it comes in exhortation. Okay, it comes in serving. You see, it's multifaceted, man. Okay, so keep read. It says, a new commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another, as I have loved you, that you also love one another. By this shall all men know that you are my disciples, if you have love one to another, man. You know, so the way we conduct ourselves amongst each other, all right, that people know that there's a difference. You know, that's why even, you know, when we move around, you know, brothers, you know, at the camp, you know, brothers will link up, you know, certain little spots, restaurants, whatever. Okay, people, you know, are always trying to figure out what are these, you know, men a part of. You know, how are these men operating like this in this era? Okay, where our people are known, okay, to do each other the worst. You see, but through Yahweh Shai, you know, we develop a true love, you know, for the brothers, man, for the body, you know, for the church. You see, the Apostle Paul, you see how, you know, he was going through all those afflictions. You know, in fact, let's get that. I think that's in Corinthians. It's 2 Corinthians 11, and I'll start at 23. Okay, well, you'll start 22. It says, it says, are they Hebrews? So am I. Are they Israelites? So am I. Are they the seed of Abraham? So am I. You know, because you had, you know, these niggas, right, of the circumcision that would always try to undo, you know, what the Apostle Paul was teaching, man. Them niggas were wicked, man. Jake was just wicked, man. Just like now. You got these Israelites, their whole mindset is just to teach against, you know, the doctrine that GMS teach, just to be contrary, man. No care for the people, man. All right? They don't care how it turned out for the people, but just for argument's sake and to look right and to be cute on YouTube, man. Jake have Israelites, all right, in the bad predicament, man. Jacob put Israel in harm's way just for their ego, man. That's what them wicked ass scribes and Pharisees was doing, man. All right, setting Jacob for failure so they can look a certain way. Okay, so they can look, you know, like they got, you know, things under control for these Romans, man. Putting on for these Romans, man. Okay, Jake, there's a lot of these Jakes done sold you Israelites out, man. Okay, you blindly follow these men, you worship these particular men. Those men hate you, man. You can tell they hate you by what they teach you, man. Okay? Let's keep reading on. It says, are they ministers of Messiah? I speak as a fool. I am more, in labors more abundant, in stripes above measure, in prisons more frequent and oft, in deaths oft. It says, of the Jews 5 times received I 40 stripes, all right, save more. Thrice was I beaten with rods, once I was stoned, thrice I suffered shipwreck, a night and a day I have been in the deep, and journeyings often, okay, in perils of waters, in perils of robbers, in perils of my own countrymen, in perils, which is perils of going to danger in the city, in perils in the wilderness, in perils in the sea, in perils among false brethren, in weariness and painfulness, and watching often, and hunger and thirst, and fasting often, and cold and nakedness. Besides those things that are without, that which cometh upon me daily, the care of all the churches, man. So no matter what the Apostle Paul's situation was, his priority was still the care of the churches, man. You see, Yahushua, understanding the torturous death that he had to take, his mindset was still on the nation, man. Okay? And there was a display of pure love, man. Okay? So let's go back. All right. To Hebrews 13 and 2. It said, be not forgetful. All right. It said, be not forgetful to entertain strangers, for thereby some have entertained angels unawares. You know, this is why, you know, we don't promote, you know, being no asshole in public. You know, of course, you know, when we teach, yeah, we take a hard stance against this place, this society, from the leadership to the people in it. Okay, but as we're out and about in our day-to-day, you know, there's a certain, you know, conduct, okay, that we're told to have, man. Or not, all right, as the scriptures say, you know, all that lie within us, live peaceably with all men, if possible, man. Because there's certain situations, you know, that you can't be in peace. You know, and that's what the wisdom gives us a spirit to avoid, man. Okay, a pack of niggas, wherever niggas at, you see, certain spots, you know, the late night shit, like we shouldn't even be around like that. All right, we shouldn't be on the scene, you know, just crazy wide open like that anyway. You know, because wisdom gives us foresight, because we know, okay, how this place operates. Okay, we know how niggas are. You know, we should be keen, okay, come skillful picking up, you know, certain energies, man. You know, but at the end of the day, all right, we even those that don't believe, okay, there's still, you know, a level of respect, okay. There still, you know, comes a foundation, you know, a stance of being at peace, okay, because this is a spiritual war, you know. We make progress. All right, let's get there real quick. We make progress in the spirit, you know. A bar fight with an Edomite, okay, does nothing for our cause, man, okay. But edifying the elect, that's a great thing, you know, because what's a threat to Esau rulership is the elect repenting. That's the biggest threat to the devil's rulership, okay, above, you know, militaries and, you know, missiles and you see, the biggest threat to this devil's rulership is Israel repenting, okay, getting back in tune with their power. So that's the emphasis, man, you know. So in our day to day, the Lord gonna judge everything, man, you know. We can't go throughout our day to day, you know, like we're gonna get some type of victory, you know, a little victory, all right. You mugging every, you know, Edomite you see, okay. You you know, you getting sassy with Eve, you know. Nah, man, you know, you just play it, you know, for what it is, man. You already know. The thing is, we know, okay. Nothing that Eve do should surprise us, man, okay. These niggas and what time they on, I go the other way, you know. If a nigga popped up right now, I would walk home. You know, I see one of them niggas, you get that energy, a nigga popped up right now, I would just walk home. You know? We know what it is with these people, man. Okay? So let's go here. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 4, chapter 10, verse 4. It said, "For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal." Okay, so we're not here to be in these carnal back and forth with the people of the world. Okay, we're here to condemn this world through this word. Okay, and we're here to warn our people to get right. Okay, but this is not a carnal thing. Okay, well, we have to be militant, or we have to be, you know, belligerent out in the world, you know, and just be, you know, this angry asshole in the world. Nah, man, you know. It says, but mighty through the Most High to the pulling down of strongholds, man, you know. And the thing that had us, you know, enchanted by this world was certain strongholds, man. You know, we was enchanted by a wicked belief system, but this word is tearing those belief systems down, okay, and pulling the elect out of the fire. And that's the victory that we have now, is a spiritual victory of the elect repenting, the hopeful elect repenting, man, being edified and built up. You see? So let's go back to Hebrews 13 and 3. It says, "Remember them that are in bonds as bound with them, and them which suffer adversity as being yourself also in the body." It says marriage is honorable, okay? Marriage is honorable and all, and the bed undefiled, but whoremongers and adulterers the Most High will judge, you know. And marriage, you know, being honorable, and the bed undefiled, you know, because a woman, okay, will be a virgin, you know, only knowing that one man, you see. So the Apostle Paul is establishing order amongst the Corinthians, you see. And you see, when he spoke to the Corinthians, the Apostle Paul, he spoke heavy, you know, about maintaining some structure within the family. You know, you go to 1 Corinthians, the 7th chapter, you know, dealing with the husband, the wife, you know, because one thing the Lord deals with, you know, is order within the marriage, okay? And that's a thing that he can honor. You know, it'd be certain, you know, even, you know, you'll be seeing certain Jake, you know, husband and wife, and you'll see, that there'd be, some type of order, and the Lord can deal with that, man. The Lord deals with that order in marriage. You see, because we have a new outlook on what marriage is now. Of course, this society, all right, you're not gonna have, virgins, like that. But as we've been reborn, the way we think about marriage is completely different, than the way we thought about it in the world. We operate with way more structure now, with a spiritual foundation, you see. So, going to verse 5, it says, let your conversation be without covetousness, and be content with such thing as you have, for he said, I will never leave thee or forsake thee. Okay? This verse 5 in the NLT, it says, don't love money, be satisfied with what you have. For the Most High has said, I will never fail you, I will never abandon you, So, of course, we know money is a defense, all right? But this society teaches us to worship money. And once you worship something, you become obsessed with it, okay? It begins to occupy your time, and then you begin to compromise, compromise morals, okay? Your morals to obtain more of it, man, okay? At the end of the day, money is a defense, okay? At the end of the day, money is a defense, man, okay? Because we got daily obligations, so it's good, to make sure you have, a reliable stream of income, okay? Because things happen, plus you got your, your monthly overhead, and then you got unexpected things that, that requires money, Well, see, we're in a time now that the Lord is showing that he got us, man. Like we don't have to just be engulfed, and bogged down, we're trying to chase and do all these different things. Nah, man, the Lord's showing that he got it. He gonna make a way, That's why even when you go here, let's go here. This is Psalms 34. All right. This is Psalms 34 and 8. It says, "Oh, taste and see that the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua is good. Blessed is the man that trusted in him. Oh, fear the Lord, ye his saints. For there is no want, all right, to them that fear him." And let's read this in the NLT. "Fear the Lord, you his godly people. For those who fear him will have all that they need." So one thing about it, good morning. One thing about it, as we grow, I say in Yahushua, our desires of this world, begin to die more and more, because a lot of people are constantly chasing, because they're trying to compete, with social media. They're trying to compete with the neighborhood, niggas trying to prove, things to each other, and it's a constant, perpetual race. They always chasing, because they're never satisfied. You see, they're never satisfied because they always have to one up the next man, their spirit. But see, if we understand the truth, man, look, this shit, first off, all right, this shit is defiled, everything is wicked. You see, the more desires you have in this world, the more of yourself you have to give to this world, man. So as we grow in Yahushua, our desires and ambitions in this world decreases. We don't have the same appetite that we once had, man. So if our appetite is diminishing, well, what it takes to sustain us, all right, is less. It don't take as much to sustain us as it is for these niggas trying to keep up these certain lifestyles, and nigga woman, trying to be on the scene and act like she got it, and some fake success, so she can take pictures, silly shit, man. A purse is everything to some of these women, man. Okay? A certain type of car is everything to these niggas, man. Okay? But at the end of the day, look, a car for transportation, all right, and clothes is to cover our nakedness, man. God damn. You see? You really think you have a different outlook, you know? There's nothing wrong with having nice things, okay? But it's the thing of, you know, not being a worshiper of money, you know, because this is a society that heavily idolizes money, man. Okay, and they idolize money as being the value. But hey, when you really trust in Yahweh Hashem Al Shai, you know, you don't really have no want for things, man. You know, everything is like I said, outside. Matter of fact, let's get that in say 1 Timothy 6. All right. This is 1 Timothy 6:6. It says, but godliness with contentment is great gain. Okay? And that's another thing, like wealth. Like, look at the abundance of faith that the Lord give us, man. Look at the comfort that the Lord would give us. These niggas don't got. Okay? Look at the understanding we have, man, knowing what is. Okay? The way that we look at Esau and know this man is the devil and what's his judgment, man. It's a lot of Jake, they don't have that understanding, but they got all this material shit, man. Okay? Hey, we're rich, man. Okay? We're already wealthy, man. Okay? The mindset to be willing to die for the testimony of Yahweh Shai, that's true wealth, man. Okay? Because guess what it's going to lead to? See, we have understanding what's to come. We don't put much stock into this shit right now. Okay? As we understand more and more what's coming, all right, there's an eternal kingdom. This temporary bullshit, which is all a scam, that's another thing. This society is a scam. You know? The more you deal with this society, the more you take a chance of getting screwed over, man. You know, everything's a goddamn scam. You know, even the companies that's supposed to be legit, like everybody's trying to get over, man. The insurance company, the cable company, the internet company, everything is a goddamn scam. You see? So the more, all right, that you have a desire with this world, you have to be entangled in the scams and the webs of this society, man. You know? And that's why that minimalist, okay, mindset is a mindset to have, because we're transitioning, man, out of here, man. Okay? So let's keep reading. It said, but godliness with contentment is great gain. For we bought nothing in this world, and it's certain we can carry nothing out. And having food and raiment, let us be there with content. Let us be there with content, man. You know? So, and my mindset lately, like, man, if it don't fall in my lap, you know, it wasn't meant for me. Okay? If it don't fall in my lap, it wasn't meant for me, man. Alright? Like, the only thing that I'm chasing, okay, is Yahweh Shai. You see? Chasing more understanding, you know. This is the only thing that I'm waking up daily, you know, chasing, man. Everything else, man, I'm going through the motions, man. Okay? So, let's go back to Hebrews 13. All right, it's Hebrews 13 and 6. It says, so that we may boldly say, the Lord is my helper, and I will not fear what man shall do unto me. And that's another thing, man, because, you know, you get in this mode, you know, you gonna try to be this go-getter and make all these moves and do all this, man. You start to develop confidence in yourself. You know, we'll develop confidence in ourselves, man. You know, and I'm speaking, you know, from experience. You know, but the Lord wants us to trust Him on another level. You know, so we can't trust Him in day-to-day things. How we gonna trust Him in the worst time ever since the world began? All right, kicks off, man. And we can't trust Him in day-to-day things, man. You know, so the Lord is dealing with the body, all right, on another level, you know, to instill trust, okay, for us to endure, you know. In verse 7 it says, remember them which have the rule over you, who have spoken unto you the word of the Most High, whose faith follow, considering the end of their conversation, man. You know, and they're just having a reverence for leadership. You know, there's a certain reverence. That's another thing that's part of our culture as Israelites, man. You know, we had, you know, a reverence, you know, for the elders. You know, those men that have labored and toiled, you know, and have gained experience, those that was a good reputation, you know, of Yahweh by Shem Shai, you know, those men with reverence. You see? Yeah, but nigga culture, you know, tells you what, to be disrespectful, okay, to be an individual. Everybody got it figured out. Nah, man. You know? Now, this is true. It's establishing order amongst the body, man. Okay? From the leadership on down. All right? So reading on, it says, Yahweh Shai, the same yesterday and today. All right? And forever. Be not carried about with diverse and strange doctrines, for it is a good thing that the heart be established with grace, okay, not with meats, all right, which have profited them that have been occupied therein. Okay, so you read this again, and NLT says, so don't be, all right, attracted by strange new ideas. Your strength comes from the Most High's grace, not from the rules about food, which don't help those who follow them. Okay, so within this grace period, the Lord is building a mindset in us, man. Okay, that's what's being built. Good morning, man. How y'all doing? So yeah, reading on, read this again, you know, in NLT, this is Hebrews 13 and 9 says, so don't be attracted by strange new ideas, okay? And you see Jake come out the blue, you know, Jake brought the hell doctrine back, okay? Jake telling you Russia gonna rule, you know, after, you know, Yahweh Shai come and wage war, okay? Magog is gonna come after 1,000 years, all over the place, man. These are new ideas, man. New strange ass doctrines, man. Okay? MOTB is seeing all these strange ass doctrines, man. And this is why we constantly go into these things daily, you know, so the elect can be rooted in these things, man. Okay? Because we're gonna have to be rooted in what we believe in the storm, man. You know, the Lord's about to bring a storm, and it's gonna test, you know, our resolve, man. It's gonna test, you know, our endurance. You see? And if you're not fully rooted in the doctrine, okay, there's a chance of an overthrow. Okay? And it says your strength comes from the Most High's grace. Yeah, because within this grace period, we've been able to develop faith, okay? Because you can not get a lineup, okay? Not eat, you know, pork and shrimp. But do you believe that Yahweh Shai is going to establish a functioning righteous kingdom in the earth? Do you believe it? Okay, and this grace period has, you know, cultivated our faith in what we read. Okay? Do we believe that Yahweh Shai is going to come conquer the militaries of the earth? Do we believe it? Okay? Do we believe that even if we die for Yahweh Shai, all right, we're going to be risen in glory when he returns? Do we believe that? Okay? So you can have fringes on everything, okay, and call yourself being justified by the law. But grace was for us to cultivate our faith, man, and cultivate a mindset to hate, really hate wickedness, man. You know, really have a hatred for wickedness, man. You see, to really understand why, all right, the laws are implemented, man. We can't fully keep the law, but this grace period should, you know, develop our understanding and why the law was established, and we should be able to see, okay, the law was righteous. The law, that's the best way to go. You know, even though we can't fully keep it, we rehearse the righteous acts as much as possible, man. Okay? It says your strength comes from the Most High's grace, not from rules about food, which don't help those who follow them, man. So you got niggas that ain't ate pork, you know, for 15 years, but they still some grimy niggas. Still adultery, you know, still into adultery. You see? Still don't reverence Yahweh Shai, still calling on Christ, but they ain't ate pork in 15 years. Okay? So they're not being cultivated in Yahweh Shai. And that's what this grace period was about. Okay? It says, verse 10 said, we have an altar whereof they have no right to eat, which served the tabernacle. Read this in the NLT. It said, we have an altar from which the priests in the tabernacle have no right to eat, you know, and pretty much going into the wicked jakes of the circumcision, you know, because we have this spiritual, all right, this spiritual priesthood, man. Okay, but we eat spiritual things, you know, which is this word. Yahweh Shai is that showbread, that manna from heaven that we partake in, all right, and the Apostle Paul, them wicked niggas back then, they couldn't partake in the spiritual, okay, offering, man, the spiritual food. Okay, you know, they made a big deal, you know, about, you know, the Levitical diet, which we stick to that diet. Okay, but they was emphasizing, you know, the old way above Yahweh Shai. Okay, and by that they wasn't able to partake in these spiritual things, man. You see? So I think, matter of fact, Apostle Paul spoke on that in Corinthians. Let's see, the veil. I think it's, let's see, 1 Corinthians 3. 1 Corinthians, let's see. Let's see. This is 2 Corinthians 13, all right, and 12. It says, seeing then that we have such hope, we use great plainness of speech. Okay, you know, and Apostle Paul, you know, will speak boldly concerning Yahweh Shai and the hope that was in Yahweh Shai, you know, because on that old covenant, you know, there was no way back, you know, to the Father. You know, there was no way back to that glory, you know, from the beginning. Okay, the old covenant, the old priesthood didn't offer that. You see, verse 13, it says, and not as Moses, which put a veil over his face, that the children of Israel could not steadfastly look to the end of that which is abolished, but their minds were blinded, for until this day remaineth the same veil untaken away in the reading of the Old Testament, which veil is done away in Yahweh Shai. Okay, and if you don't come under the order of Yahweh Shai, if you're not one of His, the Bible is not going to make sense. You're going to stumble. You're going to understand. You know, the Lord is so cold, He'll let you understand particular things. He even allow you to edify on particular points. But when it gets to the serious matters of the scriptures, you know, Jake begins to fail. Okay, because they are blinded. Okay, they're not allowed to partake in the spiritual blessings of Yahweh Shai, man. Okay, and Jake was still trying to be carnal then. Okay, and Yahweh Shai wouldn't open them niggas up, man. And we see the same thing today. Okay, these guys that you know, have all these agendas going and all these gimmicks and games, and still trying to, you know, move under the old covenant, you know, trying to diminish Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai really don't open them niggas up to understand it, man. You know, and that's where they come with these strange and new doctrine, man. You know? And it says, let's go back to Hebrews, the 13th chapter. All right, this is Hebrews 13 and 10. It says, we have an altar whereby they have no right to eat, which serve the tabernacle for the bodies of those beasts whose blood is brought into the sanctuary by the high priest for sin are burned without the camp. Wherefore Yahushua also, that he might sanctify the people with his own blood, suffered without the gate, you know, because he was crucified outside the city. You know, he was on the outskirts, just as they will crucify, you know, certain animals on the outskirts. Under the old covenant, man, Yahushua fulfilled everything, you know, concerning their law. Okay, from the, you know, the practical law, okay, to the sacrificial laws of Yahushua. He fulfilled those things, man. Okay, and it says, verse 13 said, let us go forth thereunto unto him without the camp, bearing his reproach. Okay, so the Apostle Paul, when we read in NLT, Hebrews 13:13 says, so let us go out to him outside the camp and bear the disgrace he bear. Yeah, you know, so just as John the Baptist, he broke away from the temple because he was a priest. You know, he was after the order of Aaron. He was a priest, which he would have duties, you know, daily duties in the temple. But he broke away to teach Yahushua. You know, that's why he was in the wilderness teaching Yahushua. John the Baptist was really, you know, supposed to be in the temple doing daily duties, but he broke away to teach Yahushua. So the Apostle Paul is letting them know, look, you know, that old tradition is fades away. Okay. So just as Yahushua, you know, is on the outskirts of that old way, we are out here, all right, broken away from that old way. Okay, the traditions of that old covenant, man. Okay, and the law was not done away with, you know, and we operate in that law to the best of our ability. You know, we do that daily. The best of our ability, we operate in that law. Okay. But that there's a higher, you know, order under Yahushua in which we operate in the spirit. Okay? So it says, verse 14 says, for we have no continuing city, but we seek one to come. Yeah, because there's nothing permanent that we have in this society. You know, even if you build a building, you know, because Jay big on, you know, building a building and having a physical building to go to, which that's cool if that's what you want to do, but that's not, we can build nothing permanent with our hands. Okay, there's nothing that we can build, you know, with our hands that's going to stand. The only thing that's going to transition into the next kingdom is these spirits. Okay, because even these bodies are temporal. Okay, so that's why there's an emphasis on pouring into our spirits within this grace period, man. Because that's the only thing we can invest in that's going to transition, all right, to the immortal. You know, everything else is temporal. See, that's why even going back to these jobs and, you know, bank accounts, all this is temporal, man. Okay, we're responsible with these things. You know, we handle these things, all right, you know, responsibly. You see, but we understand that everything is temporal, man. All right, let's go to what's that? 2 Corinthians 4. You know, our hope is beyond this place, man. Okay, there's nothing here, you know, that we can plant our flag on, man. You know, everything is temporal. This is 2 Corinthians 4:17 said, for our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory, while we look not at the things which are seen, but the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal. Okay, so there's no continuation in this society, man. That's why would we put emphasis on helping the community when The Lord finna destroy America. The Lord gonna turn America to a desert. You really gotta think about that, man. Okay? Giving a nigga a chicken plate on the weekend, okay, is vain. It's pointless. It's a waste of time. You wasting your time, you wasting their time. Okay, that's why scriptures say, let niggas be niggas, man. Okay? Let the righteous be righteous and let niggas be niggas, man. Okay? They have the same access to this word as we do. Okay? And if the teaching, alright, like scripture say, the foolishness of teaching, if that don't reel Jake in, ain't nothing outside of teaching this word that's gonna make Jake come in. Okay? The Lord got that, man. The Lord, alright, is controlling, okay, who comes in and who's sealed out. You know, we're just here to teach. And our main teaching point is about the destruction of this place and the ushering in of a whole new age, a whole new era. Okay? Developing that mindset of a pilgrim. You know, not having no real attachments to this place, man, emotionally, you know, spiritually. You see? The spirit of Yahushua is isolating the church, man. Okay? With the mindset of leaving, you know? Of fleeing this place, man, in the spirit. Okay? So, I'll go back to Hebrews chapter 13. All right, Hebrews 13 and verse 15 says, by him therefore let us offer the sacrifices of praise to the Most High continually. That is the fruit of our lips, giving thanks to his name. And that's an acceptable sacrifice, man. You know, this correct doctrine, you know, the obedience, our conduct, that's acceptable, man. You know, you sisters getting back in order, like the Lord accept that, man. Because you're bringing your obedience to the altar, man, and it's going up. And see, that's the beauty of Yahushua. He made it so convenient for us to be priests in this time. You know, because now a brother can just pull his phone out, press record, and that's an altar. Okay? And then, you know, brothers and sisters can come to that altar, you know, with their sacrifice. You know, brothers, you know, they add precepts, you know, to the lesson. You know, sisters come, you know, learning in silence. That's a sacrifice, man. You know, that's being accepted. It's acceptable through Yahushua. As you get that in 1 Peter 2. Okay. This 1 Peter 2 and 5, it says, yeah, also as lively stones are built up a spiritual house and holy priesthood to offer up spiritual sacrifices acceptable by the Most High, by Yahushua. So Yahushua, you know, he made this thing very convenient for us, you know, to operate as priests, you know, in this age, in this time. Okay? Because those sacrifices going up, that's keeping us in those good standings with Yahweh B'Shem Al-Shai. And we have a high priest in the heavens, okay, that can mediate as we offer up these sacrifices, man. Okay? The old Levitical priesthood wouldn't be able to do that. Okay? We wouldn't have the access that we have now. It wouldn't be convenient, you know, for us to set up these altars, you know, on these smartphones and laptops. Okay? And send up these sacrifices, man. Okay? This is Hebrews 13 and 16. It says, but do good, all right, and so, but do good and to communicate, forget not, for with such sacrifice the Most High is well pleased. Obey them that have the rule over you and submit yourselves, for they watch over your souls, all right, as they must give account, all right, that they may do it with joy and not with grief, for that is unprofitable for you, man. You know? And see, as we're learning the importance of order, okay, especially as younger brothers, man, you know, we should be proactive, you know, in being on point and taking the burden off, you know, leadership Because we come in society, you know, I know some of you brothers, even some of you sisters that work in leadership positions, how, you know, it seems like the company, everybody just want to put as much as possible on a few people, you know, while everybody else, you know, bullshit, man. You know, but they try to put all, you know, workload, the responsibilities, the accountability on a few people, you know, while everybody else, you know, bullshit, man. You know, you try to be, you know, you been in a leadership position with Jake. You know, Jake fight against you. You know, Jake try to sabotage you and all this old shit, man. Nah, man. You know, that's the shit of this world, okay? But us brothers, man, you know, us younger brothers, you know, we should be proactive in helping leadership carry certain burdens, man. You know, even if it's just us being on point, that takes a burden off them. You know, to where we not always have to be in counsel. We always have to be corrected. You know, we always into some shit. You know, because you don't want to be the brother when your number come across the idea like, oh Lord, you know, it's 11:50 at night. You know, and his brother called. You know, oh Lord, you know, which now things happen. You know, and like I tell brothers, you know, call me anytime. You know, I try to be available. You know, for brothers. You never know, certain things happen, you know, but just going into you don't want to be, they don't want to be what you're known for, you know. So, you know, we have incidents that happen and brothers need to reach out. And that's another thing is, you know, we grow, as us younger brothers grow into leadership roles, you know, I say we have to, you know, we have to be more available for the ministry, man. You know, you have to be more available for the ministry, and you know, it's the off-camera work that's not seen, okay? And all that's taking leadership. So we less things, you know, the more we in this ministry, the more things should be handled in-house, man. You know, the apostles shouldn't have to deal with minuscule, okay, problems amongst brothers. You know, the heads of the camp shouldn't have to deal with minuscule, you know, situations, you know, amongst, you know, the younger brothers in the camp, you know, because we all learning to be judges and how to, you know, deal with situations real time, you know. So reading on, it says, pray for us, for we trust we have, because that's another thing, because whenever, you know, you free your leadership up, you know, that gives them more opportunity to be a service unto you. You know, because if the apostles are always, you know, settling disputes between the brothers, when will they have time to teach? You know, when will they have time to go into things? Okay, so when you free up, you know, it's like a woman. The more you free up your husband, okay, the more profitable, you know, your husband can come, you know, become to you. Because now he has more time to be an earner, you know, more time to think of ideas to, you know, put the family in a better position. You know, because you're on point and freeing him up to do that. You know, so reading on, it says, pray for us, for we trust we have a good conscience in all things, willing to live honestly. But I beseech you, the rather to do this, that I may be restored to you sooner. Now, the power of peace that brought again, that brought again from the dead, our Lord Yahushua, that great shepherd of the sheep, through the blood of the everlasting covenant, make you perfect in every good work to do his will, working in you that which is well pleasing in his sight, through Yahushua HaMashiach, to whom be the glory forever. Amen. Okay? So Yahushua working in us, man, as we mature in this thing and we begin to conform to Yahushua, that's pleasing to the Father. Okay, and that's above, you know, actual sacrifice. Okay, obedience is better than sacrifice, man. You know, I say, you women, you know, getting in order your patience, you know, withdrawing yourself from this world, you know, the sacrifice you're making, because you could, you know, benefit out this world as a woman. Okay, you know, because Esau, he incentivizes, okay, disorder. see. But as we, grow in righteousness and discipline and patience, that's pleasing to Yahweh Bashim Al Shai. It said verse 22 says, "And I beseech you, brethren, suffer the word of exhortation, for I have written a letter unto you in few words. Know ye that our brother Timothy is set at liberty, with whom, if he comes shortly, I will see you. Salute all them that have the rule over you, and all the saints. They of Italy salute you. Grace be with you all. Amen." So that's the conclusion of the book of Hebrews. Lord will, this series is edifying, to you brothers and sisters, and it's a journey. I like going on these journeys, dealing with these books now. So Lord will just keep the ball rolling. We keep being, a blessing, one towards another. Everybody, bringing their gifts to the table, for the benefit of the believers, for the hopeful elect. So Lord will, you brothers, all right, and you sisters edified. Till next time, I say shalom. Kwam Yasha Allah. Baba Ba Sum Shalom.